for an inspiration point.
I think I can. I'm gonna be a little spotty here because I was working last weekend. I'm also working this week. So I'm at home right now though. So if I dip in and out, that's why. But if I can remember right, we had opened the chest or liquid ball that Ren had picked up, and it attached to their hand, causing some serious escalated moments. And Eric, using his electric whip, was able to free it from them. But we discovered the heart was inside, the heart of Renric, I believe. And from that moment, before we could even think or even really internalize that moment, Bardrin was like, snack time, and gulped that big boy down without a second thought. He was ready for a McRib and said, the heart will do. And much to our shock and amazement, we tried to find some way to get it out of him. And during that, the big baddie himself showed up to laugh at us, like, wow, you ate my heart, you fools. And he told Bardrin that within 3 days, the heart would consume him and that there was no way to get it out. So we proceeded to try every possible way, from jumping on him, punching him, summoning demons within him, to resorting to hentai tentacle porn to remove the heart from him, which was successful. The heart was removed. And then from there, we once again were visited by Jacques Cousteau, who told us more information about the heart and what we might be able to do. And that once again, we had a villain within our midst. We began to question each other when Hasa came up with the idea of doing a combined detect thoughts, which most of us were doing. Ren stood outside the circle and did not. Hasa probed each one of our thoughts. She found my private browser history, even though she promised she wouldn't look. Kind of upset by that, but it's fine. It's all right. And from there, we also discovered that Laverna had some interesting thoughts that we will, I presume, recap on and touch upon today. And I think that's where we left it.
Awesome, perfect. That was really good. Go ahead and take an inspiration point for the night.
Woohoo!
Now, a little slight explanation as to what is actually going on tonight. So, this is not canological to your progressive story, which just means the campaign that you're actually playing. This has really nothing to do with it, but because it's a shared experience with you all. Your characters will remember the events of what are about to happen, regardless on like if that affects your character in any way. I'll leave that up to your interpretation. If it doesn't, cool.
Cool
There
beans.
is a very likely chance that you could die in this event. This will not this will not perish your canon logical character.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do die, it's kind of like unless you can be brought back, then you're just out for the rest of the night. You just get to come along for the ride.
Gotcha.
So your canological character is safe. Imagine, think of this as more of like an escape room event.
Hmm.
Cool.
Quick question on that. Did we go up any other levels recently? What level are we at?
I think I see you all at a level 11 still.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to confirm.
And then
Oh.
Don, did you have a question?
Yes. So do we need to? Should we be writing down our current stats and how many spell slots
Yeah.
for the next reset? And then after that, should we take a long rest going into this?
Yes. So I'm gonna have you all start off with a long rest, and then whatever happens after tonight, you can just do another long rest. That way, when your characters do resume, it's as if they just took a long rest, and this was just all a bad dream.
Cool beans. I got something I would like to say too when I get a chance.
I figure doing it that way would make things a little bit easier, so that way you can just use your character sheet as is, and then when we're done tonight, you'll just do another just long rest to heal back up and everything. So you did take that long rest. Technically the only damage that you will be taking is more like mental.
Hey,
So
so what did you have to say?
So I've only gotten one deep secret from Zuki.
Oh,
I wonder if everyone's still sending me those.
I did forget about that. I apologize. I will.
Zuki
Hey,
for the
no
win.
worries.
that.
Yeah, actually, emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Stupid. Thanks, folks.
okay, folks. So where we're gonna kind of pick off is you guys just got done doing the whole detect thoughts thing. That's kind of where we left off at. Taking in the new information that you got from Jacques, I'm just gonna say that everybody kind of took it as the best action next, which is to go ahead and camp here for the night, or what you perceive as night because you're tired. Everybody sets up camp. If you're not watching the stream for like ambience and music, please do so. You guys set up camp for the night. You kind of do your usual routine like you have been.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody kind of starts to wind down. As you are all laying in your own respective beds or wherever you're taking camp for the night, and you start to drift off into sleep, a thick fog starts to roll in and starts to consume the entire room around you. Most of you wouldn't have been close enough to like actually falling asleep yet that you would have noticed this fog coming in. Drawing attention to everybody else as we all get up and group with each other and watch the fog start to get thicker and thicker. It gets so thick that you can't even see your hands in front of your faces. At this point, I need everybody to please roll me initiative. Not for combat. I just need to know where everybody's going.
Don't you lie to me. Let's see here.
I got a dirty 20.
Oh my
I hate
god.
this rolls tonight.
I got an at one.
I got
Oh,
an at
no.
one too.
Oh no.
We're nat one buddies.
I was gonna say
Right,
I
I'm
rolled
like,
a
oh, this sucks.
2, but I have a +5 to initiative, so putting in the work with that.
Like I got my +4, but I'm like, nat one. I'm like, oh, this sucks.
Okay, so for initiative, give me 20 to 25. I know Art
I've got
did
20. Yep.
Okay, let's do 20 to 15.
16.
And then 15 to 10. 10 to 5.
Ahti with a 7.
I got a 5 total.
And then 5 to 1.
I got a one. I got a 2.
Be like me and Hayes in the same group,
We're like high five, drunk as shit.
right?
Okay. Is that everybody? Ark, Laverna, Ahti, Zuki, Hesa. Oh, that's everybody. We're missing Barger and Ren tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is gonna be great.
Oh yeah, that's not an encouraging sound.
As yeah, I like this better.
Freddy gets his hand into anybody that rolled below a 10 before you even realize he's there.
Hang on, I lost some things. Okay, here we go. Yeah, nope, we're good. Okay, so as this fog starts to get thicker and thicker, and you're no longer to see your own hands in front of your faces, it's not necessarily that you feel as if you're moving, but your central awareness around you, you do notice that all of a sudden it feels like there are fewer of you, and all of you kind of feel this sensation. Arik and Laverna, as the both of you are kind of like looking around, trying to peer through this fog, the both of you bump into each other, realizing that you are at least with each other.
Oh, you're here as well.
What's going on?
Where? I don't know. Where are we? I can't see anything. Where's everyone else?
I have no idea.
We've got to try to find them. I suggest that we slowly make our way and see if we can't find a doorway or some sort of cavern.
Not a terrible idea.
Probably.
Ahti, Zuki, and Hesa.
Yes.
You guys kind of do the same thing where between looking around to see if you can start to make something out, it's not very long before the three of you bump into each other and realizing that the three of you are at least with each other.
Oh. This doesn't look like my house. Where are we? Anyone know? Probably not.
No idea. I thought I was alone in my own dream and saw the fog. I'm like, not a bad dream. Okay. At least I'm not alone.
Probably touched something again.
Yes, it appears unnatural fog is what we've got before us.
Now, our two parties are coming to the realization that you've been separated from one another. Everybody experiences this as you're looking around through the fog. It does appear as if it is starting to dissipate or become less thick. What's the opposite of thick? Thin?
Robust?
Then
Oh no, wait. Opposite. Yeah, I guess thin.
I think
As-
yeah, I think we're thick and thin.
Misty.
Yeah, as the fog starts to kind of like wind its way down to like a misty, like you can still see that it is present, but you're able to start kind of to make out shapes and objects as it starts to thin itself out. And you notice you are no longer in the dungeon that you were in. What you see around you seems a bit strange. It appears that you are in a modern town, desolate and abandoned. Everything around you kind of has this just grayish, depressing hue to it. As you start to make out some of the buildings, and you can see the windows are covered in dust. It appears nobody's been through here in a minute. As this weird fog seems to just kind of loom around this town. I want to start with Arik and Laverna and see where you guys are thinking.
Laverna, you go ahead.
Laverna, we can't hear you if you're talking.
Wait, what? I am so sorry.
Put the pipe down.
I've been like reading through my sheet. I'm sorry.
No worries. I'll go ahead and go first. But he was letting us know, or Rissa was letting us know that we had come to what seems to be like a village that's abandoned.
Okay, I heard all
covered in
that. I
dust.
just didn't
Okay.
hear what she had asked me. I didn't hear like she had asked me a question. I listened to where we are. I just didn't hear the
Okay.
question.
Yeah, we're just kind of starting with you guys to see what you would like to do as you start to see this abandoned, decrepit town come into view.
Is there people? Can we see anybody, or is it just?
No, it appears to be abandoned.
Is there anything peculiar? God, English is hard. Peculiar. God, that word about this town. Please tell me to
Roll perception.
Perception. 29.
Nice.
The most
nat 20.
The most peculiar thing about this town is the fog that just kind of looms through it. The entire place just seems gray, decrepit. As you peer down at your feet, you notice that the ground seems to be covered in something. And as you kind of kick your feet around, it appears that the ground is covered in ash.
Is there any sign that there was been a fire? Do the buildings appear to be burned?
The buildings do not appear to be burned. It just kind of looks like time just kind of stopped here. Like everybody just uprooted and left.
But they're also kind of covered in the same ash, aren't they?
Yes.
I wonder where this ash comes from. Why does this town just seem abandoned? What drove these people away? Were there anyone even really here?
I mean, I don't know. Would you want to stay here too? I mean, look at the place. It's a dump.
You wouldn't be with Ark.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad.
Oh,
Was that-
I am, huh?
Was
I'm
that Hasa
struggling.
talking to herself? What?
I'm stupid.
She's lost it.
A little bit.
Should we go inside one of the buildings, see if there's anything of significance?
We could. I don't know where this ash would come from. Nothing seems to be burnt or smoking.
All right. I don't know why anyone's not here. It just feels like one of them old spooky tales my master would tell around the campfire, though. It's weird. But why don't we go ahead and step inside this first building, see what's
Sounds
there.
good. Go follow him in.
Can I do a perception check on the building, see if there's anything of interest?
Sure.
Let's do it. I got a 12.
The only thing that seems to be interesting about this particular building is it appears to be like an old barber shop.
Oh. Well,
As-
my feathers don't need a trim, but let's go inside.
As the two of you head in, who's going to open the door first?
Arik is going to open the door first.
Okay. Are you opening it as like you're opening it and going in, or are you like opening it for Laverna?
I'm going to open it and go in myself, not to be impolite, but if I feel like I definitely am that dumb bird who's going to stick his neck out and see what's happening.
Okay. Fair. Laverna, are you okay with this?
That's fine. I'm kind of concerned because I was gonna say maybe we should check for traps, but we've already gone too far.
As Arik, as you reach forward, you grab the handle of the door to this old barbershop. And you open it, and as you open it, you hear the bell above it give that little ding. You wait for a second, and nothing seems to happen, so you go ahead and take a step inside. As you step inside, it looks just like a barbershop. Everything seems to be real dusty. Nothing seems to have moved. As you peer over to the counters, you can see things like straight razors and stuff just kind of laying there, collecting dust, as if they were just left there.
Not much going on here. Just a barber shop. I don't understand. What drove these people away? Does it look like everything's in place, meticulous, like they closed for the night, or does it look like they rushed out in a hurry, things are left scattered around? What is the state of the inside?
Make an investigation check.
Nice.
Nice.
Laverna's just over in the corner, like huffing a can of barbicide.
I rolled an 11.
So as far as you can tell, nothing really seems to be placed meticulously, nor does it really look as if, like, people were left in a hurry. It just kind of looks like they just set it down, and they were done.
This place is weird. It makes my feathers ruffle. Laverna, what do you think? Should we check out another building or go deeper in?
Oh, maybe we can search for something. Like, even though it's a barbershop, there could be something possibly useful.
Are there any other
Onyx
rooms?
inside.
Yeah, are there any other rooms to this building, or is it just this open floor where the chairs are in the shop?
Nope. In fact, as you peer down the shop where you see the line of chairs, towards the back, it does appear that there is a door leading to a separate room, which could be like a storeroom or manager's office, or, you know, whatever.
Okay, I think we're gonna search the building then for anything of significance. I'm gonna head towards that room. Laverna, do you mind searching this area for a moment?
Yes, I will search this area.
Okay.
What am I rolling?
Investigation.
$20.
Nice.
Nice indeed. Laverna, as you're looking around, kind of hunting around, over on the counter in front of the chairs, you see 2 straight razors just laying there. A couple of towels. Over on the opposite side, you find kind of similar items. 1 straight razor seems to be laying on the counter. A couple of towels here and there. Other barbering equipment. You would know more about that than I do.
Barbicide. God. I'm guessing if it's is this like you said modern day?
Yes, it is modern day.
Trimmers, clippers, combs, capes, clips, hair products, hairspray. I don't know.
Yeah, that stuff. That's
Oh, okay.
typically what you're finding around this place. Do you wish
That's
to
the
take
tools?
any of it?
I'm taking all of it. I'm crafty. We're gonna make bombs out of the barbicide.
Okay, I'm gonna say that you collect at least like 3 different straight razors, a couple of clippers, a couple of combs, 5 towels, and a partridge in a pear tree.
That sounds good.
So if you can keep track of all of that,
I will do my best.
essentially you have a couple of straight razors, some towels, and a can of cream, and some clippers. Congratulations.
Woo.
Don't forget that partridge. It's important.
That partridge is important. That could come into play later. Arik, as you head for And as you're walking towards that back door, you kind of peer over your shoulder and you see Laverna just like picking up these straight razors and going and just like putting it in her bag, picking up some clippers and just putting it in her bag, stuffing her bag full of towels and shit. She's just kind of picking up whatever she think might come in handy. You
Seems
reach.
fair.
If you want to
Sorry.
say something, you can go ahead. And
No,
say
I was
something.
just saying, yeah, it seems fair. Like these people are gone. I don't think they're coming back soon. So I'm gonna head for the door.
As you get to the door and you reach for the handle, as you open it, inside of the next room, which does appear to just kind of be like a storeroom, you are met with a human who appears to be frantically searching around as quickly as she can. She's kind of sporadic, and as you enter, she sees you, panics, drops everything that she's holding, and we're gonna jump over to our friends Ahti, Zuki, and Hesa. As the fog starts to dissipate and you are greeted with the same surrounding, it appears to be a modern-day town. Ashes everywhere, the windows are covered in some kind of soot, you can't really see through them. You make out a few shops, a few buildings. Most noticeably, like, you are in the middle of a street. I'll kind of give you guys times to react to this and ask questions or whatever it is you want to do.
Hazel will just kind of look around and go, did someone touch something that teleported us? Or was it Bardrin? Did Bardrin grab something? Where is he anyway?
I don't see Bardrin. And Ren's gone as well. So, same with Eric and Laverna. I think it's just us. Unless maybe we got teleported and they're inside one of these buildings.
Sorry, guys, give me a second. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. I actually, if we can just take like a quick minute, I gotta run and grab my food from the front door. Well, while we're waiting for Don to come back, Hesa and Zuki, if you want to react to your surroundings, please, by all means.
Yeah, Hazel's gonna kind of shake her, use her telekinesis to float her crystal ball above her head and have it shake. And she's gonna do our Arcana check on the environment around her.
And Zuki's pretty much just gonna like listen around and I guess just non-magically perceive, because I'm non-magical kitty. Just kind of like check for tracks, see if there's anything in the ash and stuff, like footprints, or is this town pretty much just pristine and untouched?
Oh, I love that. It's hilarious. I rolled a 19 on my Arcana check.
Oh, I really hate the freaking dice. That's 2 nat 1s in a row.
Oh shit, that's
Uh-oh.
so you.
Zuki's kitty luck strikes again.
Right? I'm like, I noticed that the ash is gray.
There's 2 shades of gray. Thank you very little.
Okay, I'm sorry. So are you making investigation checks?
Well, I made an Arcana check on the environment, and I rolled a 19.
Yep, and I just did a perception check and I got a nat 1.
Also, DM, I just want to remind you, with all your sneakies, that Hesa does in fact have a crossbow hand of warning, so she is unable to be surprised. She knows
Surprise!
when enemies are coming.
Okay. I will keep that in mind. As far as your Arcana check goes, it's... I'm trying to figure out how to do this one. The magic you feel coming off of this place is not something that you're used to or something that you would be familiar with, but it does feel really dark here. It's the best that I can do with that.
What did you say?
Help if I'm not muted.
Sorry, my internet kind of sucks. Link.
Okay, then I won't blame you for it. So, what you feel is not something that like you would recognize or that you would be used to, but what you can pick up is a really, really dark presence.
She'll look at her crystal ball as it starts to make a purple clouds that are swirling around, and in the middle there's a dark shadowy figure. She kind of makes her crystal ball disappear in thin air. Well, that describes it. We are totally boned, I dare say. Totally boned. She walks over to Zuki's next to her, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's some bad vibes. Not perfect at all. I tell you that right now.
Well, definitely has to be true and stuff because you don't say boned very often, so usually it's just bad vibes or perfect vibes. But I agree, it is very weird and stuff here.
Something dark is here, something very strong. I know this because I'm very mighty. I know I get that. But my magic doesn't mean I'm almighty. And the sense that I was feeling, dangerous. Absolutely 100% dangerous, especially with us all split up. But thankfully, you're so stupid. I just saw the gift.
The whole entire crystal ball thing.
The ball didn't lie, sugar.
Both of those just knocked me out of the park just now.
Right.
She we're split up, you know. I mean, I'm no, I don't take punches in the face. I stay back and fire artillery. You know what I'm saying? So, hide. I say hide.
I agree and stuff. Hiding, being out here also in the open is probably not safe, so I'd say probably checking out one of the houses or trying to see.
You know what? I completely agree with you, and I'm so happy you said it. It's better if we stay out of sight, and so therefore I will. And she like walks over to you, attaches her oil lamp to your belt, and then she just pops into smoke and goes inside the oil lamp. The top of the oil lamp opens up, and she speaks. All right, onwards.
And I just like, and look over at Ahti, and then there was 2 meat shields.
So, real quickly, just to kind of give better illustration, give me like 5 seconds. Now I need to just kind of like stress on the iteration that the town that you are witnessing before you is like modern and like meta. 1 second, let me get a picture. What the hell? God damn it! I just goddamn saved one. Where the hell is it?
Would you say then that this town would actually be something of a modern marvel to us? Like we would be like what is this place? What are
Yes.
Oh, hello, little kitty. No, you can't have my chicken.
I just what the fucking shit? I hate it when you save a picture and then you can't freaking find it. I will do this a different way. Are we still waiting for Ahti?
We're not in Kansas anymore, Toto.
No, I'm right here.
Okay. One second here. God, that was such a good picture. Where the hell did it? Oh, I'm gonna cry.
Check your download folder.
Check it twice.
Am I that much of an idiot?
I mean,
I am. Literally all the time.
Nope, that's not where it's at. Maybe it just didn't download right. Hang on. I got a different way that I'm gonna do this.
Okay, that's wind.
Ha-ta-ta. Ha-ta-ta. Tra-la-la. Doopy-dooby-doo. Doopy-dooby-doop-doop-doop-doop. Boop-doop. File. Save as. Cow. There we go. Okay, so if you will direct your attention to the general chat. Boop, boop. Boop. No, go. Don't stop the music.
Some Silent
So
Hill shit.
Essentially, that is what you were looking at.
Ooh, I gotta look.
But just covered in like ash and just
My God, it's like
old
Fallout with redwoods.
right.
Yeah.
Or what's the place I'm thinking of?
So now, Ahti, Zuki, and Hesa, what would be your next moves?
Asa is cuddling Haas in her oil lamp while listening to everything that's happening on the outside.
Ahti and Zuki?
Pretty much I look over at Ahti Ahti and just be like, oh, now there's 2 meat shields and stuff and Hasa's safe. Should we check out the closest building and kind of get out of sight for a little bit, since Hasa did say that there was very bad vibes and stuff and dark vibes with this town. Phil being out in the open is probably not the safest bet.
That makes sense to me. Meta-wise, did we do anything else before I got back? Because I have no context.
No, really, like, Hesa did an Arcana check, and what she just felt was just really dark. I don't know.
This
yeah,
is
you
a
would-
modern town.
Yeah, and other than that, then this is like a modern town. That's about it.
Okay.
So, are you guys going to go check out one of these buildings, or?
Yeah, whichever one looks the least shady.
Zuki and Hasa said they were gonna hide.
Yeah, Asa's already in the oil lamp. She's like,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Be right back, guys. Sorry, keep going.
Zuki, are you wanting to go into one of the buildings?
Yeah, I agree and stuff with Ahti probably just doing like the one that's less shady.
Less shady.
I'm assuming, kind of like probably the closest one or something, because not being in the street and stuff in the center of the street's probably better.
As you start to approach one of the buildings, you do see the same thing that the other party saw. Like, the windows, you can't really see through them. They're covered in some kind of like dust film. This place just kind of seems to be like an office of some kind. You can't really tell what, as you can't really read any of the words that are on the building, as they're all just covered with this soot that seems to be raining down on the town. Who would be approaching the door first between you two?
We'll say Ahti will do it with his rapier kind of half drawn, but kind of setting up like a stacking sort of thing where he's got Zuki kind of eyes on as he's opening the door, so that there's a less chance of getting jumped.
Yeah.
Oil lamp opens. I like the way you think.
The top just kind of like tips open.
Yep.
See, we can also use like the oil lamp and just like slowly peer it in, like have Lisa or Asa look around like it's one of those little army mirrors.
Yeah.
He's so stupid.
Yeah, toss the lamp into the middle of it so she could peek out.
Oh no, not even like toss the lamp, just like hold it around the corner and just like either have Asa like peer out of the look or the top of it and like look around, see it. It's like, do we see anything? No, good.
Did you guys just invent a Hasa grenade?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
he just
I mean,
tosses Hasa like a frag.
I hate the recon grenade.
Oh no, but if we want to do that, the best, if we want to do like a haste grenade, you have to like hold the cap down and shake her up really good so she gets really pissed off, and then toss it, and whoever tossed it, run like hell.
Shake it, throw it, and watch her come out pissed summoning demons.
Right, and just make sure whoever tossed it is as far. I'm like, I'll use like every single tabaxi feat, and like I have like 400 movement. Let's go.
You see all these AoE spells start forming just everywhere.
Okay, Ahti, as you reach forward and grip the handle on the door, you swing it open. It moves pretty freely. It doesn't seem to make a sound as it swings open. And as you enter in like meta-wise and modern day-wise, it looks like an office. There are a couple of desks up front. Papers seem to be stacked really nicely on each one. Each desk has a chair behind it, donned with a working lamp. Towards the back of this room, it kind of seems to, like, the back comes and meets the back wall. Towards the middle of it seems to be a hallway that goes down, and from peering at your angle, you do see down this hallway at least 3 separate doors. So it looks like there are at least 3 other rooms in the back of this office building.
Systematically, Ahti would kind of start working through, clearing out each of the rooms.
And I'd be following close behind and watching his back.
Okay. As you guys come in and advance down through, down through the office, down into the back halls, this place kind of gives you an eerie feeling. It's weird to kind of, like, even though you may not know what this room is, it's weird to kind of see as if, like, things just stopped existing here, or people just stopped existing here. But the air kind of has this weird stagnant feeling, as if you're not even really sure what you're breathing is oxygen. So you get down to the first door, Ahti, as you open it and it swings open, it appears to be like a small closet of some kind. Inside of it seems to just be stacks of boxes. Do you peer into one of these boxes to see what they are?
If possible, he would kind of use like the length of the rapier to kind of like flip open the top of the box so that he's not like directly fist first in there.
Okay. And as you're able to do that, it appears that on one of the stacks, just kind of like they do come to an end, so you're able to kind of take the tip of your rapier and kind of lift up the lid a little bit to see inside of it, and what you see on the inside of the box just appears to be papers. Everything to you would be written in common, but they just appear to be some kind of documents.
If that's it in the room, he'd probably move on, because unless there's something else indicating that the document's important to him, there wouldn't be a reason to linger.
No, from just peering into the box the way that you are, they just appear to be stacks of papers inside of these boxes tucked away for storage. So you're gonna move down to the next door.
Yeah.
You go down, you open the next door. I guess to you, to at least your guys' characters, this would appear to just be like an outhouse, like an indoor outhouse to you. What you're seeing is a modern day bathroom. It might intrigue you a little bit on why it's indoors and the way that everything's just kind of like set up. But to you, at least, no doubt, you do believe that this is meant for you to go to the bathroom in.
Well, this is convenient. It doesn't look like there's anything valuable in here, but
I have an urge now from last night's dinner.
Water goes down the hole.
Right?
As you move on to the next room, until you grip the door handle, you push it open and it swings open. This appears to be like not like a super big room, but this seems to be like a decent sized like office room. Do you wish to enter? Because from where you're standing at, just peering in, it kind of appears to be an office.
he would still make a full kind of survey of the room to make sure, one, there's no people in there, and two, there's nothing worth picking up to take with them as they continue.
Okay. Are you just like looking around the room, or are you going in to like investigate?
He would go in to investigate unless he could get a full view of the everything in the room from the door.
Okay. I'll say like you have a pretty like decent like view from the door, so maybe you just take like a step into the room to kind of like at least get your full perceptive view. As you look around, you don't really see anything interesting. You see a desk, you see a chair, you see a work lamp, you see a couple of file cabinets. However, off in the corner, you do see someone in the room with you. It appears to be an older woman, and she is crouched down in the corner, rocking back and forth. She has not noticed you yet.
He would look back, kind of whisper to Zuki, "We've got someone here."
Want me to? The lid quietly opens. Want me to summon a demon on him?
Well, I mean, that
Dude,
might
they
be a
look
tad
awful.
aggressive. If I had to guess, they've got the same sort of demeanor Hesa had after reaching in and getting shook back from an evil entity.
Oh.
It's more of a broken person, so should be cautious.
Agreed. Maybe we should just not. You know, might piss off the deity that fucked them up. I don't know. Personal experience here.
What would you like? What would you guys like to do?
Kind of keeping distance, Ahti would move closer. Hello. Can you tell us what's going on in this town? It seems like
It has
everybody is missing.
And hearing your voice kind of startles her a little bit. She starts to bring her head up to look at you. And seeing Ahti and the two tabaxi standing behind you, her eyes kind of widen. She acts as if she's a little afraid as she backs up further into the corner. She looks at you, Ahti, and she asks, Are you a devil?
Pretty far from that. I guess if you're not familiar with my kind, I would be considered a water elemental, sort of. And these are my tabaxi friends.
Troxy, her lid will open. I'm actually a genie, here to keep them safe, and I'm gonna roll persuasion.
Okay, go ahead and roll persuasion.
She done let the big genie out the bottle.
14.
14. She kind of believes you. She still seems pretty frightened, though. She goes, You told her that you were here to protect her. Is that what you said?
Protect them,
Protect
not her.
them.
The two.
Okay. She kind of stammers a little bit. And she asks again, like, You're not from here. Why are you here? You shouldn't be here.
Maybe you shouldn't be here. Squeaks.
She goes, No. I'm exactly where I am supposed to be. There's no other place for me to go.
That's foreboding.
Can you explain what happened? We didn't intentionally come here. We are just here.
She kind of like looks like real spacily up at the ceiling as her vision kind of trails a little bit. She says, If you're here, you must be here for a reason. There's something malicious after you. People don't come here for a good reason.
Oh, goody.
Again, foreboding.
Yeah, aside from that being exceedingly ominous, can you elaborate?
She touches her chest. She says, My daughter is missing. Have you seen her? Have you seen my girl?
Nope. And that kind of was not a tangent I was expecting.
Oh, your little girl is in danger. Well, I so happen to be a fortune-telling genie. Maybe I could tell the fortune to find your daughter.
She shakes her head. She says, If you haven't seen her, that means for now you're safe.
Well, you're no fun at parties.
There's a great force of evil here. If you're here, that means it wants you too. And we're gonna freeze frame right here. We're gonna the camera's gonna pan quickly all the way across the town to Arik and Laverna. Arik, you just opened the door to the back storeroom, and you found a woman in there, kind of looking around frantically as if she's trying to like gather whatever it is that she can. She seems to have long curly red hair, And as she turns and sees you, she drops everything and shrieks. She backs all the way up to the wall, and she's screaming, "Demon! Demon! Are you here to kill me?"
Whoa, 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 whoa! I'm no demon. I'm just a bird. You're fine. I'm not here to hurt anyone. Who are you? Where is everybody? Where are we?
She says, "Lies, lies! It looks like you come straight from the depths of hell."
Ma'am, excuse me, my plume is beautiful. I am of the very great jungle bird. I am no demon. Laverna, there's a lady in here. She thinks I'm a demon.
Aren't you a bird?
That's what I thought.
Laverna, are you going to go into after hearing Arik call your name, are you going to go into the room with him to see what's going on?
Yeah, Laverna will kind of like peek around the corner, confused, because he sounds panicked more than like, "Hey, I found something."
And to this girl's perspective, this giant talking bird just tried to tell her that he wasn't a demon, and now a tiefling comes walking into the room. She is panicking even more, screaming, "I knew it! I knew you came from the depths of hell! How are you even here right now? This is not where you're supposed to be."
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
I
We're not
mean-
from the. Well, okay, maybe you're. I mean, I'm sorry, Laverna, but you know, but we're not demons. And wait, where are we supposed to be?
This is not important. Why are you here?
We don't know.
Oh, where did you come from?
Well, I came from an egg, honestly, but it's from a mother egg.
I to be fair, I technically did come from hell, but
She
it's
backs up
fine.
even harder against the wall. She's like, "Are you here to kill me, devil?"
Sorry, I just watched him like aggressively nod into the camera.
we should probably stop mentioning hell.
I think one of my packs has bread in it. Laverna's just gonna pull out a piece of bread and hold.
Okay, so repeat. You kind of cut out after you said you're gonna pull out a piece of bread.
Yeah, I think one of my packs. Cause we still have like our gear, right? For this one.
Yeah.
Okay. I think one of my packs. I think it's the. I can't remember the name of it. I think one of them has bread, so she's just gonna pull out like a piece of bread and just hold it out to her.
And you see her. She's reluctant. What is this? Your demon bread? Is this how you get me?
Laverna's gonna like look at the piece of bread in her hands and back at the lady. It's fucking bread.
She slowly kind of like inches her way forward, watching you. She's not breaking eye contact with you, Laverna. She inches forward real slowly, just until her fingertips, she's reaching out, can touch the bread. She grabs it real quickly and goes back, and she starts chewing at it real quickly. And she's like, "Oh, it is just bread." "Thank you." And she starts to just munch at it happily.
Ma'am, what is your name?
She kind of, with a mouthful of bread, she goes, "Cherry. Cherry's my name."
Jerry, my name is Arik. This is my friend Laverna. We don't know why we're here, but where are we? What is this place? What is the name of this town?
And surveying you a little bit better, Arik, she kind of looks at you and she goes, Are you an angel?"
No, ma'am, I am no angel. I don't deserve that title. I am just a bird looking to help people, help my friends. There were 3 other people with us at the moment. We're looking for them as well. Have you seen anyone else here?
As she shoves more bread into her mouth, she replies back with how does a bird talk?
Well, with my beak, of course. I also open nuts and fruits if you would care to know. They're delicious. Can I do a perception check on her? Just maybe kind of see more about her age, what she looks like.
Yeah, by all means.
Let's do it. Perception. 14.
So she doesn't look like she's super, like she's at least young adult, maybe early 20s. She seems a little high strung. Like she's definitely kind of like a take charge attitude. Was there anything else you were trying to perceive from her?
Just kind of a little bit, yeah, that kind of information. Just who we're dealing with. Cherry, can you tell me where we are? What is this place? What do you call it?
And with a mouthful of bread, she just goes, "Hell. This place is fucking hell."
Okay, and why is that?
Well, and she like swallows, and it's like she swallows this big, huge gulp of bread. You can like see the bulge in her throat go down. And well, most of us have been forced to become scavengers for the others. That's why I'm here. I'm looking for supplies, anything that we can use to try to survive. Although it's become really hard to figure out how long we've been here and how much longer supplies are going to last. But yeah, this place is hell. That's the best way I can sum it up for you. I don't know why else we would be here.
Oric pulls a small canteen of water out and gestures it to her if she would like to drink of it. And he asks, "So you don't live here, you just come here to scavenge." Okay, this place has no name though other than hell? Like where's everyone else that was here or with you?
She does like grab the canteen from you and start slugging back as she's still chewing on the what she perceives to be horribly dry bread, but she's gonna eat it anyways. As she finishes taking her drink, she kind of like points off yonder. She goes, "Everybody's at the church. That's where Mother is. That's who takes care of us. And as long as we follow her and her word and her interpretation of God, we will survive this place and we will get out. Although, again, I don't really remember what happened. I have faint memories of maybe things being different."
Maybe someplace from before?
She says, "It seems far away, if that makes sense. That's why I can only believe that where we are now, even though it looks like home, it's hell."
And this god that you worship, did you mention that she had a name? And is she here?
It's like, well, God is everywhere.
Indeed. And her name?
The Almighty? Our Lord and Savior? Our Eternal Father?
No problem. I appreciate all of you answering my questions. All my questions. I appreciate that. Laverna, what do you think? Where are we? Is this hell?
No, this is nothing. This is not even close. I'm not sure where we are, but this isn't how I last remembered hell.
Right? Have we come somewhere else? Like everything here. At first, I thought we were just in a rich village because of how sleek lined and everything looked, but Are we on some other plane of existence?
Maybe. But how would we have gotten here? We were all just asleep.
I don't know. It feels like a dream or maybe a nightmare.
As she slugs back from your canteen once more, she and with water dripping down her mouth, she says, "Is there more of you?"
Yes, like I previously mentioned, there's 3 to 5 more of us. We were all separated. We were together, and now it's just me and Laverna. We do want to find our friends. Have you seen anyone else?
She goes, "No, you guys are the first like outsiders I've seen ever. Um, but if there's more of you, are they as scary looking as you two?"
If you haven't seen people like us before, then I would say yes, they could be a little scary. For sure, there's one that seems like water, a man made of water, and 2 silly looking cat people, felines, if you want to say. They're okay though. They're nice, but they're cats.
Her eyes widen and she goes, "Oh, great. So not only do we have talking birds, but we have talking cats too?"
Specious. Specious.
And what was this about a man made of water?
Yeah, he's a water elemental, a djinn, in this, so to speak.
Like holding your canteen in one hand, now finishing her bread, she kind of like puts her other hand on her hip and kind of does that like hip cock thing, real cocky attitude. And she's, "And you're expecting me to believe that this isn't the work of devils?"
Well, if it is, and this is hell, it's no hell I've ever seen as a demon if I were a demon, so I don't know. I can't convince you otherwise. But I can convince you that we mean you no harm. We're not here to hurt anyone. We have no reason to hurt anyone. We just want to find our friends and leave. So if you know a place where we could go that they might be, if there's someone in charge or where you congregate with others that you could lead us to, we appreciate it. And I mean, you don't have to take my word for it, but I mean you no harm, neither of us.
And she she looks at the both of you, Arik and Laverna, and like she kind of like does the like shoulder cock thing where she's like, and takes another swig of your canteen, and she hands it back. She says, "If there's more of you, there's usually one place that everybody ends up at sooner or later. If you want, I can lead you there. It's just a hotel, or what used to be a hotel. You know what a hotel is, right?"
Is that like a place of lodging?
She goes, "No, they're not chopping down trees there. It's where people go to sleep."
Okay, yes. A hotel is what you hotel. Yes, please take us there.
She goes,
But like a
hotel.
Hotel. Okay, hotel. That'll work, Laverna. Would you like to go to the hotel?
She just kind of stares at the two of you like, sure.
Excellent.
Yes.
Please take us to the hotel then. We would like to see if our friends are there.
She goes, "Okay," and she kind of like, "Oh, you could see my notes." One second. Now they're going over here, where you can't see them.
Wait, I have a quick question. So with all like the barbering tools Laverna just shoved into her bag, does she even know what the hell she grabbed? Besides like
God,
maybe like the towels?
make an intelligence check, because I would assume that like the D&D world has barbers.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be like modern tools. It would probably be like the
If
old
not, y'all
tools.
would have such unkept beards forever.
I know, so I'm saying it'd probably be old tools, like what we used to have back in the day, but not like what we have now.
Yeah,
like,
make an
more like
intelligence
not
check.
Single-bladed razor, probably.
Or history. No. Do a
History?
history check, Laverna.
Fuck. I'm not. Oh, a 4.
She just picked up some random bullshit.
Yeah, to you, like the straight razors, they just look like funky sharp knives. You're not quite sure why they're shaped the way that they're shaped. You towels are easy to figure out. Clippers, to you, they might appear to be like some random DIY dungeon torture device, maybe.
I'll take it.
So pretty much Laverna went through here and be like, ooh, look, shiny, and picking everything up.
She's
Basically.
a maybe it's worth something. Maybe she can trade it for something.
So Cherry kind of like, she's like, all right, let's go, and she gestures for you to follow her. And she picks up everything and stuffs it into her bag, and she slings her bag up over her shoulder. She leads you back to the front doors of the shop that she just came into, and she opens it very cautiously. And she peeks her head out, and you see her look right. She looks left, and she looks back at you and says, all right, come on. And she beckons for you to follow her out the door. As she leads you up the street, you notice the same thing that you've been noticing, the weird decrepit town, all these empty stores, all these empty buildings. A couple of what you would perceive as really weird carriages that are just covered in soot and ash. She kind of comes to an intersection in the road. And she looks down both ways. She looks forward. She looks behind you guys. She says, okay, this way. And she starts to lead you left. A couple minutes pass as you walk and notice the footprints that you're leaving behind you in the piles of ash. It almost kind of reminds you of stepping through snow. After a few minutes pass of walking, she does lead you up to a rather tall building. She goes, there it is. That's the hotel. You can say that now, right? Hotel?
Hotel, yes. Thank you. I appreciate it.
And she goes,
Is there...
she kind of puts her hands on her hips and she goes, good bird.
Well, Avernus, should we enter this hotel and see if we can find our friends or someone who may know something?
Laverne is just like kind of like looking up at this big building, like I guess so.
Very well. Thank you so much, Cherry. You have a wonderful day.
She goes, oh, I'm coming in with you. There could be stuff in there that we need.
Excellent. Let us go. Would you guide us?
And she goes, okay. She walks past you and like walks up the steps to the front door. She's like, you guys are acting like there's something in here.
I just don't know where we are. I apologize. I've never seen a hotel before.
And she goes, oh, it's pretty cool. A lot of people can basically stay in one building, but everybody has their own rooms and like their own bathrooms and a little mini fridge that has like little bottles of booze inside of them. But you have to pay extra for those.
Booze?
Ah, I see. Then let us go inside. Can I do like a perception check for any type of traps or anything out of the ordinary?
Yeah, if you wish.
12.
Sounds the obvious town that's out of the ordinary.
Right.
And outside of the town that is outside of the ordinary, as you kind of like look around to see if there's any kind of contraptions upon the door or anything, or something that could spring out and hurt you, you don't notice anything. It appears to be safe, ?
Auric has been playing it cool, but if you were to look at him, you would definitely see his feathers like bristling off and on, just kind of like getting the heebie-jeebies. But he follows Cherry inside.
She marches up to the front door and she opens it and she ushers for the two of you to go inside, and she follows back behind and closes the door behind her. As you enter in, you're in the lobby of a pretty large hotel. This place, even though it's still like run down, it's got dust everywhere. You can tell that it's been abandoned to just kind of left to rot over time. But you can't help but to imagine like what it looked like when this place was normal. It must have been beautiful to see. Almost like a wonder of the world. Cherry kind of skips off into the room and walks up to the front desk that's on the opposite side of the room. She kind of goes behind the desk and starts fumbling around. You can kind of sounds like she's fumbling around in like a box of metal. And after a couple seconds pass, she goes, "Ah, perfect. There's 3 of them." And she stands back up, and she appears to be holding 3 keys. Each one has a tag hanging from the end of it with a specific number on them. She says, "You guys can help me. All we have to do is just go into these rooms, see if there's anything in there worth of grabbing, and then we're out of here. And then hopefully maybe your friends are here and they show up or whatever. I don't really know. We just need to get back in time."
Back in time for what?
She says, "Well, it's never been like put down to a science, but every now and then things get real weird here. And trust me, when the weird things start to happen, you don't want to be here. You want to be at the church. Although," and she kind of like looks up, she's like, "I'm not quite sure how Mother is going to take to seeing a talking bird, a devil, and cats and a water person."
I would say that some things are weird, but the place we're in now is just as weird to me. But perhaps we will find our friends. Is there anyone else here that you know of right now?
She goes, "No, most people don't like to come to look here. This place kind of has, best way to put it, bad vibes."
Bad vibes, huh? Well, I happen to have a very good friend who warns me against bad vibes. So perhaps we'll stick together and search each room as we go.
Laverna kind
Well-
of just leans over and goes, "Maybe they'll think we're gods."
People think we're gods.
We are gods.
And she says, "Well, yeah, we could stick together, but that would take so much longer. I feel like if I hand you a room key and you a room key, we could just do this real quick. But if you want, we can all go together."
It would probably be best if there's bad vibes if we all stick together. So what rooms do we have?
She kind of looks down at it and she kind of sighs after you say that. She's like, "Okay, but if we're late, I'm tripping you." She looks down at the keys. She's like, "There's room 6, 12, and 22.
Hey, so what room do you think we should go to?
Laverna.
Or Laverna, excuse me.
She sneezes again.
I think we should go to 6.
Okay, 6 it is. Cherry, let's go to room 6.
She goes, "Okay." And she skips out from behind the desk and turns a corner to a staircase and starts ascending upwards. And as you guys start to follow her up the stairs to the first floor, our camera's going to zoom all the way back over to Ahti, Zuki, and Hesa. You're still talking to this woman who's looking at you. She says, "You're clearly not the work of my daughter, but it does not appear that you're of this world either. Maybe you can finally put rest to this curse." Is it just you three?
Yes, 100%. Just the three of us. You know, just the three of us. We just went on a stroll. Then some mist came around, and here we are.
T will kind
Kind
of
of
like
weird.
look over his shoulder, raising an eyebrow, like, I guess this is what we're going with.
Yeah, Zuki would do the same, like looking down at the lamp, like,
Ace is gonna say through her telekinesis, do not give random people all the things about us, you know? Maybe, possibly a bad idea. This is sketchy. You guys know this is sketchy. Come on, this is coming from me.
He looks at you. Clearly you're not here to hurt me, otherwise you would have done that already. You haven't seen my little girl yet, so maybe she doesn't even know that you're here. Or maybe it's a part of her plan. But you don't belong here. We need to get you out.
Hey, that's the first thing you've said that I really agreed with. I like you now.
But it's not going to be easy.
Now I dislike you.
It's like in Sims, he like just drops like
it's like approval or Hesa approves. Hesa disapproves.
he's a disapproves.
I need sassy Hesa stickers.
Right.
You're going. You're going to have to solve the mystery. And you're going to have to put an end to my little girl's terror. I cannot. I tried. But even though Mother is God in the eyes of a child, she's strayed too far. I think you'd best be looking elsewhere. There's nothing here. That's why I came here. To just get someplace safe and away from Mother.
Do you have any idea of where potentially a good place to start would be? Because we are unfamiliar with this town.
She kind of like trails off, looking at the sky again, or looking at the ceiling. You could go up, you could go down, you could go, as she kind of trails with her finger, all around.
I whisper to Ahti and Hesa, I think we got another case of the same thing with Jean or Jacques.
100%. She says, you can just speak in your heads. I'm connecting all three of us, so we know she doesn't hear what we're saying.
Good idea.
I know. I'm just the greatest.
And she's still kind of like trailing around. there's one place people don't go anymore. It could be the center of all of this evil. That's where it happened. 2 blocks east, you will find a large building. That's where they took her. That's where they killed her. That's where you'll find her. She just kind of like leans down and starts like drawing random shapes into the dust on the ground.
Hold up, as her little lid flaps. You said as long as she doesn't see us, she won't kill us. So now you're telling us to just waltz in there? That's not a perfect vibe. To me, it sounds like you're sending us to the slaughter.
Fucking lip, the lid flapping. She continues to draw shapes in the dust on the ground. She goes, slaughter doesn't typically happen when reality is like this. The only things you really have to worry about are the gray children. But they shouldn't be here. Not yet. They're most likely still on the outside of town. You need to worry when reality flips. And we're on the other side. And she just keeps, like, starts kind of like humming to herself as she draws in the dust.
Can we leave now?
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get
I
any
agree.
more that isn't cryptic as fuck. So
Yeah, I agree. I'm getting a 12 on the scale of 1 to 10 creepy meter. In a town I don't know, these very tall, like, buildings and structures.
do either of you know what a fuck a block is?
Excuse
Yeah,
me.
cheese.
If
I have
you
no
find
idea.
a block with a hole in it, you go for it.
And in this village, which way is east?
I don't know.
Let me see if my my compass works.
I might have something if it doesn't. Only if it doesn't, though.
Ahti
Ahti.
would pull out his compass to see if he gets any sort of like legit navigational directions.
And you do pull out your compass, and as you look at it, it kind of spins for a couple of rotations, but it slowly stops and kind of fixates itself, where you can clearly see the different directions between north, east, south, and west.
Well, assuming there's nothing fucky with where we're at, this way would be east.
That's good. At least it seems like our navigational stuff is still the same as in our regular reality.
And
Well, let's leave the creepy lady to herself and get out of this building and kind of go east and try to figure out what a block is.
as you guys turn and leave, make your way back out onto the street. Ahti, you're just kind of like following the compass of like, obviously this way is east, so let's go down this way. And you start heading down that direction. The town continues for quite a while. Oh, dang it, we're running out of music apparently. We'll just start this over. That's fine, I kind of dig this. As you head further down, as the town just kind of continues. The ominous fog does not let up at any point. After what seems to be at least a good few minutes of walking, off in the distance, coming through the fog, you can see this rather large looking building. And you can see on the outside as it appears to have several floors with a bunch of windows on it. Above the entrance to this building, there seems to be a sign, but a couple of the letters seem to be missing. The first letter seems to be missing, and in common, what you see is O-T-E-L.
Atoll? What's an atoll?
How should I know?
Huh. There seems to be missing letters, but don't know what the first one could be. Or first few.
Pinks is gonna squeeze out of her oil lamp so she can take a closer look at it.
Do you think this one looks creepy enough to be what she was trying to describe?
Well,
I mean-
it's definitely big enough because she did say the biggest or a tall building, and looking around, this one looks like the tallest.
I mean, it all looks like a shithole, so probably. I don't know.
Oh, it has to be kind of a shithole. All these people seem to shit inside.
Oh God, please do not tell me I'm going to be touching shit.
Wow.
And right in front of you, she literally throws up a fucking hairball. And it is like a horrible experience from her. There's the amount of spit and vomit and like how big of a hairball it is. And she just looks like a fucking mess afterwards.
The sheer
It's
idea of
that
indoor
looks less
plumbing.
appetizing.
Ugh.
Well, that happened. I guess we'll go check this out.
If you all wish to enter this building, I'm going to give you a few options on how you can enter the building. You can enter it as if you're just going in, not making a whole lot of noise. You can go in guns a-blazing, making a whole lot of noise. Or you can attempt to go in stealthily.
I like the stealthily option.
Yeah.
Let me see if I have anything that could help.
But I also feel like we should use Rissa as like the mere oil lamp thing and peer around corners.
Okay, so I have an idea. I know that these buildings always have like, you know, those squeaky boards, you know, because they're old and squeaky, right? Okay, so what I can do is I'll go into my little safe place and I'll cast my floating discs. You guys can hover on the floating discs and stay off the ground so you don't make noise when you're walking. Ideas? Good ideas only for me.
That is a good idea. We won't
Can I just
be
say I
trapped
love
if we
Haste's
just float.
ideas?
That is definitely an idea, and if everybody agrees to that, I will allow it.
I say do it. When I don't have to walk, I can just float. Yes.
Okay, perfect. On the count of 3, I just want you guys both to just hop in the air, okay? Okay?
I guess.
Okay, perfect. Just want to be sure, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
And you all make your leap.
She does nothing. She just wanted to make them jump for a second. She's
I look
just
over at Ahti and
Got
start
him.
walking down at the floor. I feel stupid.
she is on her back, fucking like scrawled up, laughing so hard, and she just, flicks her wrist as her crystal ball glows. You guys both start her off the ground.
I shake
And-
the lamp just a little bit.
Real quickly, Laverna or Arik, or both if you wish, make a perception check.
Absolutely.
And Hasa's gonna go back and cuddle Haas.
I want to know if I'm hearing giggling or not.
Oh, she's still laughing.
That's a 16.
Laverna, are you gonna roll?
What am I rolling?
Perception.
Roll a perception.
Okay.
Oh,
29.
nice.
Quick, camera pan to a floor up as Cherry, Laverna, and Arik have now descended up the stairs, around and up the stairs, and are now on the landing of the first floor. Cherry seems to just be leading you down the hallway towards the door with a number 6 on it, although this number 6 kind of seems to be a little cockeyed. Arik, and you can kind of, you think to yourself, like, what, did I just hear something in the distance? But that was kind of confirmed real quickly, as Laverna would have heard some giggling going on and whipped around to look back towards the stairs.
So I'm not actually hearing it. I'm more sensing there was a sound, but I see her reaction.
Yeah, like your like sensory to it of like, I think I just heard something, was pretty much confirmed by Laverna's reaction.
Laverna, what was that? What did you hear?
I like walking.
Walking? Do you think someone else is here? Where did it come from?
Laverna, you would have heard the distinct sound of giggling.
Oh, it was giggling. That is my bad, because I heard what you said, but my fucking headset keeps connecting and reconnecting, so I was like, I don't know if you said walking or giggling. So I went with
Windows
walking.
sound. Do 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 do.
Yeah. It sounded like
Just the sound we
children
found.
laughing, like somebody's laughing hysterically almost.
Someone giggling?
Y-
Children.
yeah.
Cherry, do you have friends here? Do you think your friends are here?
Cherry kind of looks back at you and she goes, I didn't hear anything, but they say that there's a lot of ghosts around here, so maybe you heard a ghost. And shit, you are,
Oh.
you know that she's creepy, but you don't necessarily believe what you heard were ghost children.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I think that might be our friends. Laverna, do you know which direction it came from? Was it on this floor below us?
They're below us, correct?
Yes.
Let's go back down then. Or sorry, you were.
No, you're good. I was just verifying that they were below
you're
us and not
good.
on the same floor, because I was like, if it was giggling, then it was probably Hasa's giggling, correct? So
Yes.
I'm tracking. Okay. It sounded like it came from like a floor, maybe 2 floors down. It was faint, but it was there.
I think we should go back and check and see what it was, just to be sure. If there are people here, we might be able to gather more. Maybe it's even our friends.
Right.
Okay. So we begin to start going back downstairs.
And as you two turn and start making your way down the stairs, Cherry's like, where are you going? It's probably nothing. I thought you wanted to... I'm not coming with you. And she turns and she heads back starts heading towards the door.
I'm sorry, Cherry. it might be our friends. We're gonna check real quick. We'll catch up with you if you like, or you can wait for us. But we'll be right back.
She just kind of like waves and dismisses you, like, yeah.
Then we head downstairs.
As you guys are making your way downstairs, the camera pans all the way out to the front of the hotel again, where Hesa is laughing hysterically at the sight of Ahti and Zuki just doing a little hop.
Really
Why
is
am I not surprised?
Do we see them, or do they just see us right now?
Not yet. They're still making their way down the stairs. You guys are just in front of the hotel.
Do we hear any creaking of like the floors or anything like that? Like that movement was.
Make a perception.
Please, no bad roll. Oh, I hate this dice. She threw it.
Azuki, all you hear is just Hesa's hysterical laughter. Ahti, you definitely hear some creaking that like sounds like footsteps, like somebody's coming down a set of stairs.
He would kind of take a defensive position, kind of like in motioning to Zuki that like be on guard, sort of. He's just accepted that Haste is not going to pay attention. She's too busy laughing.
And as you're kind of trying to get Zuki's attention to this, you can hear the creaking of floorboards as it gets closer and closer to the door.
How? It's a hisses. That's
Okay. Says Hesa gives a hiss for a reaction. Ark, you hear this hissing with your bird ears, and you recognize this very quickly as a hiss from your friend Hesa.
Eric just kind of rushes to the door, pokes his head out, just that like whole bird bob head, and Hesa?
Look that is my favorite bird person, or hold
I
up.
thought it was you guys. Where were you?
She puts her crystal ball in front of her and prepares an attack spell. Or is this just an illusion? Huh? Tricky.
Ark just kind of tilts his bird head at her. Oh, Hesa, it's you.
It is me. And aren't I the greatest?
Eric looks at Zuki. Zuki, my friend, where have you guys been? Do you know where we are?
No idea. We found this old crazy lady in another building, and she said, "Come down this way and stuff," and that's where we're here. But she was very, very odd.
Yeah, she was super fucking cryptic. She basically told us if we found her daughter that we were in some shit because we shouldn't be encountering anybody at all. And if we ran into her daughter, we were probably fucked.
Oh.
That she was dangerous?
Or what she causes to happen was dangerous. She, like I said, she was cryptic and vague. Like, basically,
Yeah,
I'm
she
actually
also
more
said-
confused than we fucking were before we talked to her, to be honest.
Yeah, she also said something about gray children on the outskirts of town or something. It was very weird and.
Well, the only child we've seen is the young lady with red hair named Cherry. She led us to this hotel. We found some sort of hair styling place when we first kind of became aware of being somewhere, and then came to this hotel with Cherry. She said that this place was hell. Literally, that's what she called it, was hell. But as you know, Laverna was able to determine that this isn't hell, at least not the hell we know.
Oh my god.
So
Let me.
the building's hell or a hotel?
This town.
Oh, okay.
Why do I feel
Hotel? No, it's hotel. Hotel.
hotel? What is a hotel? No, we're getting distracted. Hotel. Anyway, no, now I'm distracted. No, okay, hold on. Did you guys come with the little girl, the daughter? Is that who that is? Let me
I
just
She
guess
did
for a
mention a
moment.
mother.
Oh my God. So split us in half. We met the crazy fucking mother. You guys met the crazy fucking daughter, and they both kind of sent us to smash with each other. Like, this is textbook dark fantasy novel if I've ever read one. Yep.
Well, it is weird because the daughter did say that her mother was God.
What?
Yeah, I didn't know what to make of it either, but she went up to the second floor. She had 3 keys in her hands for rooms. She said she's looking for supplies. We were going to join her as we looked for you guys, but when we heard the noise downstairs, we rushed down. She didn't want to follow us. So I don't know what to do at this point.
Whoever would have like keen enough hearing to hear a floor above you, please make a perception check.
Oop, Roger.
Come
Wait,
again.
would my crossbow be telling me anything right now?
Wait,
I
would
got
you
a
what?
dirty 20.
Remember, I have that crossbow of warning, so I can't be like surprised or anything. So would that tell me that someone was there?
Or would it be? Is it like a warning for like hostile intent? Or it would just be like anything?
Right. Like, how does that work?
Because I think warning and stuff.
It gives you bonus on initiative, like you have advantage on initiative, and you can't be surprised. It will forcibly wake you up if someone tries to start combat while you're asleep.
So hostile, it sounds like. And I'm going to start rolling with advantage. Holy shit.
I think so. It sounds like, I assume it works exactly like my Trident of Warning in the other campaign.
Yeah, I think so. I got an 18 on my perception.
Yeah, I got a 20.
I also got a 20.
I
Okay,
got a better score
so-
of 16.
I'm gonna say that the crossbow warning wouldn't be giving you any kind of warning right now. But everybody who rolled over a 14, which it looks like all of you,
Yep.
you hear this loud crash come from upstairs.
Eric immediately reacts. He just goes right through the door yelling, Cherry! And is headed upstairs.
Why
I
does
know
everyone
that.
want to rush off to
Or,
things?
how big's your friend?
Because to Auric, even though she's creepy, she's still a child, and he is just like, no, that's not happening.
Who is going to follow Eric upstairs?
I'll go.
Yeah, Ahti would fall, but obviously he's on guard because
Yeah.
these pieces
Same.
of the puzzle are adding up to we're about to get fucked.
He goes back into the oil lamp on Zuki's waist and waits. Ring out.
Okay, so
Falls there.
everybody is gonna go up the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Just wanted to make sure that I had an equal understanding. Okay.
I wonder what,
As you guys run into the hotel through the doors and across the hall, across the like grand entrance, up the stairs, and you around the corner, and you make your way up the stairs to the first floor landing, and you can see the door that had the crooked number 6 on it, Eric, is wide open. You can't really see anything else from where you're at. The door is a good roughly like 15-20 feet from you.
Sorry, say that last part one more time. I apologize.
So door number 6 is like about 15-20 feet from you down the hall.
Okay. Is the door closed?
No, it is wide open.
Wide open. Can I do a perception of what I might be seeing inside the doorway as it's open?
Go ahead.
Let's do it. 11.
So from where you can see through the doorway, it doesn't really look like anything is going on in there. It's like you can kind of make out like the corner of a bed through the doorway. Maybe what appears to be like the height, something within the height of a dresser. But you really can't perceive anything else from where you're at.
Do I hear anything?
You take a listen with your keen bird ears, and you hear nothing. Just an eerie silence.
Auric is cautious, but he calls out, Cherry! Cherry, are you okay? Can you hear me?
You call out, and nothing answers back to you.
Auric approaches the doorway cautiously. He's now has his blood spear drawn.
Is everybody going to be approaching the door with Ark?
Zuki will go cautiously with his rapier drawn.
And Haste is stuck to Zuki, so.
It's up to Zuki.
Ahti would bring up the rear with his short bow drawn.
Okay. Laverna, what about you?
Laverna's holding daggers.
Okay.
Like, just like how a child, like a 3-year-old grips a crayon. Like, just whole fist, that's what she's doing.
Okay.
Oh, come on. Aren't you going to be using your new nice, like, shiny knives that you found at the barbershop?
As the party starts to approach the door, that eerie silence just becomes more and more apparent as you don't hear anything coming on from inside of there. Ark, you're the first to approach the threshold of room number 6. As you peer in, there's nobody in there. The door is just left open. If you
Is
would
there...
like,
Sorry, go ahead.
if you would like to make an investigation or a perception check about the room, please do so.
Yes, I most certainly would. Let's see, investigation. Yeah, let's do that. I want to know if there's signs of a struggle. Oh, a nat 1.
Oh, get
Ooh,
fucked.
you dumb bird.
Dumb
Zuki's
bird,
roll strike again.
As you look around the room, you don't notice much, except you do see in the dust on the dresser just a single handprint on the side.
Eric looks back to his friends and he's like, I know I heard a crash. I know she's up here, but I don't see anything in this room. Should we go in or should we investigate one of the other 2 rooms?
And right as you say that, the atmosphere, the mood, it shifts and it changes really quickly. And startling every single one of you, the sound you hear following
Oh dear.
as it starts to echo
What
throughout the entire
hell?
town. What is everybody's reactions as this loud sound comes booming through?
Haste is gonna reach into everyone's minds and be like, okay, for real, this is bad. This is very, very bad. Prepare yourselves, prepare yourselves.
What is that noise? Is that a battle horn?
Yes!
That's the
It's-
biggest battle horn I've ever heard.
It almost sounds like a warning siren. Like of an
And-
impending attack.
It starts to get quieter and it just fades. And before your eyes, you start to see the walls start to peel. The color is no longer gray as it just kind of strips off of the walls, off the ceilings, off the floor. The room starts to take on a more hellish shape. A color of like rust orange and burnt red seem to envelop the room. The bed, the dresser, they're no longer before you. At least not in the forms that they were. It kind of takes on more of the shape of a hospital bed. A modern hospital bed. As you look around, you see the hallway, the stairs, everything just changes into this hellscape. As finally the last little bit of grayish tone peels off of the walls and reveals a much more sinister room. What is everybody's reactions right now?
Oh shit.
Auric just laid an egg.
Right. Hair standing on end. Rapier like drawn like crazy, looking around the entire freaking rooms.
Hasa's peeking from her oil lamp, just as the oil lamp's like shaking.
Well, fuck.
It appears that you are no longer in the hotel that you're in. This place that you're in now seems laid out more like a hospital wing. And peering out from the room that you were, from the hotel room that you were in, down into the hallway, the entire place seems to have changed to fit this mosaic. What are our adventurers doing?
Hasa's gonna link everyone's minds together with communicate only in this. Prepare ourselves. I think we're in for a rude awakening.
What is this place? Is this hell? No, Laverne already said it wasn't hell. Is this an illusion?
No.
Definitely not real. Or real in the sense that we know.
All right, everyone, be a guard. Something isn't right here. This is unnatural. Are we perceiving any type of threat right now?
You are not really perceiving any kind of threat other than the atmosphere has definitely changed. This place seems a lot more threatening. You don't really hear anything except for like just like kind of like the sound of like smoke escaping somewhere. It almost resembles like being inside of like a boiler room.
Hasa's gonna say to Zuki, if something happens and you see a big cluster of them, throw my lamp. I have an idea.
The Haster
You
grenade
got
is
it.
born.
We'll call it the Hasa flash grenade.
Nice. Because she's so flashy.
Ahti, you would have been like technically bringing up the rear of the party, right?
Yeah, so the most in the hallway out of the group?
Ahti, you start to hear
Of course I fucking do.
a sound come from behind you. And the sound that you're kind of hearing is like this feigned groaning mixed with like gargling, as it's like that's what you hear coming from behind you.
Take the dick out.
Kind of whispering, fuck me. He's gonna immediately turn to see what the fuck it is.
And as you turn around, and I'm gonna go ahead and just like post a small little picture in the chat.
Oh.
You see this thing kind of like wiggling its way at you.
Nah.
At this point, it's about 10 feet away from you. As it just kind of slowly makes its way closer. As it kind of wallows its way, you can see like it's from its sternum down to its groin kind of like splits open, as almost as if it was its own mouth. As you see these kind of jagged like teeth looking things as it splits open, and it kind of starts to writhe back and forth. The gargling sound gets worse and worse as it spits this black tar looking substance out of the mouth that just opened in its chest. I need you to make a dex save, please.
Nat 20, bitch.
And you saw, Ahti, you saw this coming. You dodged right out of the way of that. And as this black sludge just kind of like comes flying past you as it hits the ground, you notice that it appears to be steaming, as if it's boiling hot.
Yeah, he's immediately going to retaliate. Oh, sorry.
It just shrieks at you as it missed its attack at you.
He's immediately going to retaliate, trying to cripple it. So basically, try to take out like the Achilles tendon or something like that, so they would immediately disable a leg. As he's calling out to everybody else, hands on deck.
Already there.
Haste is
Okay,
gonna
Ahti. Go ahead, Hesa, I didn't hear you.
Haste is gonna hold. I don't. Kind of want to surprise. I'll just mention you, but she's gonna hold this action.
16 to hit.
Let me just make sure. 16 does hit.
For 12 piercing damage.
Okay, Hesa. You said 12 piercing damage?
Yeah, and he's trying to hit like a vital area in the leg, either the like Achilles tendon or kind of like the knee, trying to cripple it. So
You hit it. You hit it true, and as your arrow strikes it, it shrieks again at you, kind of like flapping its chest mouth at you. You know what? Fuck it. Everybody, go ahead and roll initiative.
Yo.
20.
Nice.
I really hate my rolls tonight.
Oryx also got 20.
I got 8.
That's a natty.
I got
Zuki,
16.
throw your dice away.
Okay,
Right, I'm just using the D&D Beyond dice roll. I'm like, I suck at this one.
between Laverna and Eric, who has the higher dex?
Let's see. I've got 18.
I also have 18.
Okay, each of you just straight roll a d20.
Let's go.
Wait, all of us?
No, just Laverna and Eric.
Okay.
Where's
Great.
my dice? Where? I'm just gonna roll that again. I forgot where they have the dice on this. I usually use everything off the stats.
Should be the bottom
bottom.
left.
There it
Yeah.
is. My God. Here we go. 11.
Okay, perfect. And then who had between 20 and 15?
I had a 24.
Oh, you had a 24. Awesome. 24. Okay. Anybody between 20 and 15? 15 and 10? 10 and 5?
Hesa was in there with the 16.
I had a 16.
Okay. Zuki, what was yours? 8?
Yep.
Cool. Go Hesa. And then Zuki. And this thing. So it's gonna go Ahti, Ark, Laverna, the creature, Hesa, Zuki. All right. Ahti, go ahead and make another attack, or go ahead and take another turn, since your attack was kind of like a reaction attack to the initial one.
Cool. All right. He will make another attack on the legs, kind of trying to prevent it from getting any closer, as he kind of calls out to everybody else. Watch out! It spits out acid. 23 to hit.
That hits.
For another 12 piercing.
And like you hit it right in the leg as it seems to be like really slowed down by this. It's still kind of like doing its little like wobble back and forth, but it doesn't seem to be advancing as quickly.
That will be it for Ahti.
Okay, Ark, you're up with Laverna on deck.
Okay, so Arik, hearing Ahti's warnings on deck and that it spits acid, he turns. Now Arik is at the front of the party where Ahti is in the back. Do I have a clear movement shot to it, or can I do like a ranged attack?
You could do a range attack, or I would allow you to use your movement to get up to it. Just kind of push everybody out of your way.
Avoid the acid puddle.
Right.
Ooh, bitch.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw my blood spear at the creature.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack.
That's 28.
Oh, that hits.
What we're gonna do. And I'm gonna do 7, 12, 19 points of piercing damage.
And as this spear hits this creature, it lets out another just loud shriek as like it's still wiggling and writhing. It doesn't seem to be doing super hot.
I might have another attack. I do. I also have my longbow on me, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with. Since I've thrown my weapon, I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with my longbow. $27 to hit.
That hits.
And 9 piercing.
It takes that next arrow, shrieks again. It's chest mouth flapping open and closed. Doesn't seem to be moving very much, although it keeps shrieking loudly.
Oh my god. That ends my turn.
Okay, Laverna, you are up with the creature on deck.
Does she see me? Like, can she see me?
Can the creature see you?
Yes.
I mean, make a perception check.
Kick his ass.
16.
So, as far as you can tell, it does not appear that this creature has eyes.
Does that mean I can technically sneak attack?
Sure. As far as you can tell, this creature does not have eyes. How it's using to, like, how it's navigating, seems to be unknown.
Okay. So I have to see if I can even attack you first. Is a 15 hit?
It does.
Okay, give me 1 second. I gotta do big math. $26 points of damage.
Damn.
Nice.
How do you end this thing, Roberta?
Dead.
She's gonna come up behind it and she's gonna stick her, because is it like to your chest down to your belly button, like where this mouth is, or is it like the like to your hips,
It's like,
that angle?
it's like, as far as, like, to give, like, perspective, it would start at, like, the base of the sternum and, like, down to the beginning of the groin.
Okay, she's gonna take her dagger and go to like the closest that she can get to it through the top, and then she's just gonna cut straight up.
Oof.
Brutality.
Oh shit.
That's a canon thing that happens. As you do this, and this thing just dies, spews what would appear to be blood, although it kind of has like this like grayish purple color to it. The words appear above Laverna. Brutality.
Yes.
As this thing just kind of falls and flops to the ground, it twitches a little bit, but it doesn't seem to be a threat anymore. Where you guys are at now, kind of looking around, there are a couple different directions that you can go. It appears to be there is now a hallway to your left. There's now a hallway to your right. There's a hallway going forward.
Are we at a battle?
What was that? Go ahead, Hesa.
Are we at a battle?
Yes, it appears that the Laverna has slain the creature. There was only one that approached.
Orc is like, what was that thing? While grabbing his spear.
You're now.
Did it say anything to you? Like, what? Did it just appear and attack you?
Yep. It kind of well, it didn't have the whole mouth thing open when I first saw it. I got to experience that firsthand as it opened up, started stabbing at me, and spewed out acid. So, you know, that's a thing that I'll have to hopefully unsee. But, yeah. As he kind of just stares off into the fucking distance.
Orc's like looking at the creature, just kind of. All right, friends. Where to next?
Okay, so there now appears to be 3 different directions that you can go.
I say forward if no one has any other ideas.
I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back.
Should we just take like a small break then?
Yeah, if everybody needs to like do a quick like 5 minute, we can run to the bathroom real fast and creature. You are met with three different directions that you can go as you come out of this room. You have a hallway going to your left, a hallway going to your right, and then a hallway going straight forward. Which direction would you guys like to go, or would you like to split up? That's also an option.
Never
Can
split
we
up.
can we make any type of perception checks to maybe see or hear or feel, smell what might be beyond the doors?
So I'll tell you this: inside of this new place that you're looking at, you don't really hear like anything to discern that like there's something coming from one direction or another. As it appears as like you look down the left hallway, it appears that it goes down for just like some ways, and then it banks and goes and turns left and goes further down. Same way with the right side. The hallway in front of you seems to go on for a while and has a similar turn to the right. That's really about what you see going on around here.
Well, what door should we choose? What direction should we go?
Case is gonna sip some tea with her genie and with the hope eater that she has locked in here with her. You guys pick. I'm fine with either or.
She's along for the ride.
It literally is.
I don't know. Sometimes I think best path is forward.
Yep,
That's just
I
my
think
thought.
We should choose straight.
Watch like the moment we walk to the door, it's a TPK.
Laverna, what are your thoughts? We have two companions saying to go straight, and Hesa is in agreement by default.
I will also be in agreement by default.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Ahti, what are your thoughts?
He's kind of just going along at this point, still thinking about life choices after the last encounter. He'll bring up the rear.
Thinking about life choices.
This is about to turn into the back rooms.
As you guys start to make your way cautiously down the hallway, you walk for a good like 20-30 feet until you hit that turn. And as you turn the corner, it branches out into a much wider room. But it's hard to see in here. It seems to be extremely dark. But you can kind of make out it's hard to really see, but it kind of seems like there may be some shadows. Who in our party has dark vision?
T does. 60 feet.
I might have it, but I don't remember.
60 feet as well. I think all the Tabaxis have 60 feet.
That's
Yeah.
under features and traits, right?
It'll be over by your
well-
passive traits. So if you have it, it'll be right underneath, like your passive
Sense.
perception.
Yeah, it doesn't look
No.
like Ark has it.
Nope.
Laverna, what about you?
I think I do.
You do not.
What?
I was gonna say, isn't she a tiefling?
Yeah, but tieflings don't. I always think they do, but they don't. They have fire resistance, though.
Oh.
So those of you with dark vision, this would be considered like dimly lit light to you, and you can see what appears to be like silhouettes of people standing in this dark room. There appears to be a lot of them in this room, although they're not really standing in any like strategic pattern in this dark room. They kind of seem to be sporadic, just all over the place. It would be hard to take in an account to like how many would be in there, but there seems to be enough that they are stagnant throughout the entire room. The room that you're looking in is rather wide, probably like, at least from like width side, probably about like 20 feet to 20 feet.
Does it seem like they're interested in us? I guess you said silhouettes, didn't you?
Yeah. But they do not appear to be moving.
Hasa's gonna open up the lid of her oil lamp, and she's gonna kind of let the air come in, and she's gonna run an Arcana check. That's cool.
You gonna do another Arcana check?
Yeah, is that cool?
Yeah, go ahead.
22, homie.
Okay, so coming from in this room seems to be a real sinister presence. Again, this doesn't really necessarily feel like magic that you're like used to, but it does feel really sinister, really dark, bad vibes all around in this room.
Is this the same presence she felt before?
This is worse.
So she kind of goes back to the psychic link and goes, Zoogie, do you and Hati remember when I said really bad vibes, dark presence, yada yada?
So it's worse than before. Great.
Worse than before.
Where are they?
Whatever is in this room is a lot worse than what I sensed before. Let me just say that right now. And she goes, and she's still holding her action.
I want to make sure you're speaking all of this through psychic link, right?
Yeah, she's linked everyone together so they all can talk to each other.
No, yeah, that's fine.
So the question is, do we go back, or do we try to walk through without interacting with any of them?
Ahti, are you saying this through the psychic link or
Yeah.
out of your mouth? Okay.
I'd say probably going back with the psychic thing.
I'll tell you this. If you would like to proceed through this room, it will take a series of really good stealth checks.
Oh.
Yeah, we got a bird brain over here.
I was gonna say,
Zuki's-
although I like my
Zuki's reading my mind.
Like, we got me, Laverna, and Ahti that could probably do it pretty well. Hasa is kind of like a given. She's just has to keep her lid closed and not rattle around in the.
My dex is good. I got a +4 in stealth, so I could maybe.
Hasa's also just going to summon the floating discs and everybody.
Oh, I did forget about that. Yeah.
Wait, are you just gonna have everybody jump again?
No, not this time. She already got her amusement for now. She just the lid slightly opens as you know, smoky magic comes out, and everyone's now floating. They are floating 3 feet above the ground, so they don't make any noise as they walk because they just float.
I'm willing to do a stealth check, see if we can get through. But if you guys want to go back out,
Yeah, what would you guys like to do? Are you doing the whole floating on a disc thing?
I'm definitely wanting to float on the disc.
Yeah, since Hasa said it, I'm over like thinking back in my head. I'm like floating on a disc.
Everyone likes to get on Hasa's disc.
Over a
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead.
I was just gonna say Ahti would follow whatever the group consensus would be.
I mean, we don't have Bardrin, so we can't be like smash everything.
Oh God, I want to know how this would have gone with Bardrin here.
Oh my! Right.
Probably run straight fucking through.
Absolutely, punching at every
Okay.
shadow on the way.
Right? He's like,
Hey, so-
"You're not quiet."
So you're able to like summon these floating discs enough for everybody?
Yep.
Okay. Does each person kind of like have their own control over it, or how do these things work?
I'd say that because we're in a psychic link, we just maybe Hasty gets the feeling of how to move them for them. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so everybody can kind of like just kind of control their own thing as they just kind of like think of the direction they want to go.
Exactly.
All right, I'm okay with that.
Cool
So-
beans.
As I need to get like a suit of like order. Who's going in first? Who's going to be like in the middle, and who's going to be in the rear?
I'll be in the middle.
Me and I guess technically me and Hasa would be probably second or in the middle.
Yeah, unless we change positions, Ahti would be in the back.
And Auric up front.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, who was going first?
Auric, Eric is.
Eric. Okay. Okay, Eric. As you're leading the party and you climb up on top of your disc. It's a little weird, but you quickly get the hang of it as you're just kind of like point your mind in the direction you want to go, and the disc just kind of starts to slowly start to move.
So Auric is going to tuck his wings in tight close to him, kind of kneel on the desk so that he's a little crouched, spear on his back, and he's going to will the disc with his mind to head in a straight path through the room to the next opening or door.
I'm sorry, will you repeat that?
Auric is just tucking his wings in, crouching, and he's going to, with his mind, will the floating disc straight down the... because we're in a hallway still, aren't we? Or are we in a room?
Yeah, it kind of opened up into a large room. It's just really dark in here.
He's just going to go straight from the way he's facing to what he thinks is the next side of the room or a doorway to what he perceives. Unless I could do a perception check to see if I find one.
So, the room would be, for you, especially with that dark vision, it would be pretty dark. It'd be kind of hard for you to perceive if there's like a door or anything.
Guys, where am I going?
As you're making your way into the room, and everybody kind of like starts to follow your lead, riding on their own little disc. Ark, something is coming. You're coming up close on something real quickly. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. 24.
And you're able to like regain control and just miss this thing just by an inch. But as you come in real close, you're able to see pretty clearly as to what you're looking at. And this seems to be a humanoid female in an old style nurse's outfit, rather busty. But she's got bandages wrapped around her face so tightly that she can't see her face. There appears to be bloodstains on her uniform. Oddly sexy in a strange way. And you're just able to just nearly pass right by her, and as you pass right by her, you hear her kind of take in like this sucking breath, but she doesn't seem to pay attention to you.
Auric, within the psychic link, not quite paying attention to the bloodstains, but maybe more of her well-endowed features, goes, "Hello, nurse." And then carries on.
Who was behind Arik? Would it have been Zuki?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because of being Eric, Zuki, Laverna, and then Ahti.
Zuki, as you're following behind Arik, and you can, because of your dark vision, you're able to see in this room a little bit better. And the closer you get to these creatures, the more clearly that you can see what they are and how they look. And you're able to watch Arik just nearly miss that one. As you're trying to follow suit, and Arik can just float right past that one. You get this strange twinge up your spine, as if maybe you accidentally backed up a little bit too close to something. Go ahead and make me a dex save too.
Let's see. 26.
And like, I think it was that like feline reaction, that feeling that twinge up your spine, that kind of put you on guard and realized, oh, I should correct my course before I bump into one of these things too. And as you slowly like drift past it, from behind you, like from behind your ears, like you can, as your ears like kind of twitch backwards as you hear the same, as you like hear that nurse behind you take the same like sucking breath. Hey, so are you still attached to like Zuki and your lamp?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, so you still with us?
I was muted. Sorry. Yeah, she is. And I actually want to test something, if that's okay, DM.
Okay, what do you want to test?
I want to use minor illusion on the opposite way of us. She wants to see how this creature reacts from the inside of her lamp. She's gonna make like just little pop noises. Actually, she'll basically make these little floating quesas with wings that are all laughing and giggling, like little cat fairies.
Okay, and you're doing that on the opposite side of the room?
Yeah, I want to see. She wants to see how this thing reacts. She's curious as a cat should be.
And as you make those noises, these scary nurse-like creatures, all of their heads like instantly turn towards that direction, and like as all of them turn in unison, you can hear just like their bones and joints just crack as they start to kind of very cryptically make their way in that direction for a couple of feet. They walk and they wander, and every step that they take, every movement, you can hear the same crackling. And they take a good like maybe 4 or 5 steps before stopping. And using your dark vision to kind of see the direction that they all went with, like they all went towards the sound, but now they're a little bit more grouped together, which could prove a little bit difficult to get through.
Kate's just gonna go back to holding her action for that one thing, and she'll say in her mind, Zuki, I think this might be time for the grand finale. Or the grand expose? One or the other. I don't fucking know.
You may be right. but there might be more things in this room.
They're all huddled together right now, my furry colleague.
Okie dokie. Hasa shaken, not stirred.
Oh, but here we go.
Zuki flings the lamp and stuff with Hasa towards the cluster.
right as it hits the floor and bounces, Hasa pops out of it, kind of like a smoky Pokeball, as she has the oil lamp in one hand and her crystal ball in front of her, and she says, Tier 5 spell, Thunderstep, as she gets sucked into her crystal, as the crystal itself gets sucked into a center point, and a level 5 Thunderstep explodes in the middle of all of those creatures as she teleports behind her group, where she's safe.
Okay, that's an awesome visual though, as like this lightning just comes out and starts. It's like I imagine like a chain reaction between this huddled group.
Yep, and it's a con 15 save.
Okay, I'm on 15. There's a good few in here. I'm gonna do this in grapes.
And even though this doesn't like hurt anybody else, any of you guys do sound as if thunder just exploded right next to you.
And as all of you like see like this chain lightning reaction go through this group of creepy nurses that were before you, there's so much of it, it illuminates the room, and you can see all of these get affected, and all but 7 of them now have kind of dropped to the ground, kind of lifeless. The others twitching a little bit from the electric shock, kind of stay in their position. I know that's not like the original intent of the spell, but that's the way that I'm taking it.
No, that's fine. It does damage. It will be 24 damage.
Yeah, that definitely knocks those ones out.
And then when she teleports, she goes, in her head, she goes, don't make noise. I just want to see if they react.
And as the others, there now seems to, those of you who have dark vision now can see into this room, there only seems to be 7 of them still standing upwards. The other ones are kind of crumpled down onto the ground. They appear to be lifeless, but then again, they also kind of appear to be lifeless to begin with. The ones that are standing still are kind of like twitching back and forth a little bit from the electric shot, but give it a couple of seconds and that kind of seems to subside. But the rest of these that are standing are well enough apart that you should be able to float across on your disc just safely.
She'll start happily, hook the oil lamp back to Suki and go back in the oil lamp.
As you guys float your way across this room, hovering over the fallen nurses, making sure to stay away from the ones that are standing up, you kind of hear like this like kind of clicking coming from their mouths, as some of them do kind of do like a sharp twitch, but you're able to kind of pass rather seamlessly. You get to the other side, and normal light, or at least normal light to this world, kind of fills the next area as you float out of this room into another hallway. But as you make it to the other side, you hear that same like twitching and the crackling of bones as you turn around and you see these nurses just kind of like with haste making their way out of the room into the darkness. It's hard to see where they go to. They just kind of leave rather quickly. The room starts to fill with fire. And as the fire grows, it illuminates the room that you were once in. From across the way, where you just were, seems to be something standing there. As it makes its way across the room towards you, dragging what appears to be a long sword. And as it's dragging this sword across the ground, it's illuminating sparks. This thing is big, and as it gets closer and closer, more towards the middle of the room, and the flames really start to ignite it and show its features. In the general chat, this is what you see approaching you.
Run, bitch! Run!
And this is where we're going to stop tonight.
Hell yeah.